G'day guys, Cam Wild Touring and welcome to another video. This video I'm going to be chatting about the new wheels I've put on the 300 series, and I've gone in a little bit of a different direction. I'll explain more of that very soon, but first, as you know, going into the new year I'm giving away gear that we use and also some merchandise every episode until I run out of stuff, and at this stage it's going to go right into January. This week I've got a tie gear caravan pack to give away, so there's 2 tie gear ropes in here and a couple of other accessories for your caravan awning or your 270 awning or whatever you want to use it for on your car, etc. Tie gear, tie downs are really good bit of kit. I use mine all the time. I love this stuff. All you got to do to get your hands on this or to go into the running for this is to look out for the code word somewhere in this video. And when you see it, put it in the comment section below and I'll pick someone at random before the next video comes out next week. Make sure you're a subscriber and that's all you got to do. So keep an eye out for that code word. Righto, story time. So as you can see, I've got some new rims on the Cruiser behind me, but I want to tell you how I've ended up making this decision and why I've put a lot of thought into it, because this is totally different for me, running alloy rims. It's the first set I've ever put on a car. Now, I've been full driving with my old man since I was 9 years old. I've had my own full drives for 17 years, over a dozen of them. And yeah, this is the first time I've ever put alloys on one of my cars. And the reason is, going back to when I was like 9 years old and my old man joined like a full drive club, all the things that I've been taught over the years is that steel rims off-road are supposed to be better. Because if you bend them on a rock step or something like that while you're doing a gnarly track, if you bend the rim and it's not holding air, you can get out your gimpy and you can hammer it straight and you can get a seal back on that wheel so you can drive home. That's really old school thinking, old school mentality, but it's sort of stuck with me because it's all I knew. That was sort of the bones of what I grew up being taught about full driving. Now listen, in the 25 years since, rim technology or wheel technology has advanced in leaps and bounds, and it's about time that I catch up. So for the first time ever, I'm putting a set of alloys on the car. I went with Method 703s in matte black. Other than looking awesome and having an offset that suited my needs, the company's origins come from off-road racing. They're producing wheels that are lighter and stronger than ever before. Their load ratings are huge and suit GVM upgraded four-wheel drives, which is really important for my needs. They base their load ratings off a 37-inch wheel, whereas other companies will load rate their rims on a smaller wheel to sort of boost up the numbers. So the set that I've ended up going with is good for 1,200 kilos per corner, so up to a 4,800 kilo GVM. As you know, I'm only running a 4,090 kilo, so I've surpassed my needs in terms of weight carrying capacity from the wheels. But probably what really excites me about this particular series of rim from Method is they've got this patented bead grip system, which bridges the gap between a normal street wheel and a bead locked rim. These little ridges and the design of the inner and the outer lip allow you to run way lower tyre pressures off-road without worrying about debeading. And I have had a heap of debeading issues on steel rims over the years. I've ran heavy four-wheel drives, really low pressures because of boggy conditions and all the rest of it. I'm going to be doing more of that, that's inevitable. So this really excites me, being able to run lower pressures and not stress about pulling a wheel off the rim. And I'll absolutely put that to the test and let you know how that goes. But I'm quietly confident because I've even heard from tyre fitters that getting tyres off these rims is quite difficult because of the little ridges from that bead grip technology make it, yeah, pretty hard to separate them. Now, if they're struggling with big pneumatic machinery and all the rest of it, then me running low tyre pressures and driving up sand dunes and stuff off-road shouldn't be a drama. Method also back their products. They've got a lifetime warranty. There's conditions on it, of course, but I think that speaks volumes about the build quality of the rims they're making. I've got a very similar looking set on the Caravan, and that was also part of my decision-making process. I wanted to have something that sort of looks similar. They're a slightly different design on the van. They've got an external fake bead lock on them. I'm pretty sure those little bolts on the bead lock can be removed and I can replace them with black ones so that I've got black on black on black on black, and that'll look pretty slick, I reckon. I had to choose some tyres to put on them, and I've gone in a totally different direction with tyres as well. As you know, over the years I've always run Toyos and Falcons, certainly for the last 7 years anyway, and I've been happy with both of those. I had a few issues with the Toyos, a bad batch back in the day, but I've got a set on my Caravan now which go really good. But I've gone a different direction and I've put Yokohama, what are they? Geolander XAT G016s. They're a cross between an all-terrain and a mud terrain. They're marketed as being like a mud terrain carcass with an all-terrain tread pattern. So 3-ply the entire way around. I guess that's why they say it's like a mud terrain carcass. It's got some pretty aggressive looking shoulder biters on the sides of it. So I can see why they're saying it's fairly aggressive all-terrain sort of tread pattern. But the tread in the middle of it is fairly densely packed, more like an all-terrain rather than a mud terrain. Mud terrain generally have massive gaps so they can throw the mud out. So I think it's a happy medium. One of the most important things for me is that they're quiet on road. And I've only put 100, 150 Ks on these so far, but at 100 kilometers an hour, which is normally when you get all that road noise coming through, they do seem to be really good. From all accounts, what I'm hearing is that they behave pretty well in wet conditions, but it's early days, so I'll let you know how that goes. Same deal with wear. They're supposed to wear pretty well. But probably what got me over the line on these, because it takes a bit for me to try a new product that I'm unfamiliar with. Two things probably got me over the line. One is that Aaron from AGD Auto recommended them, and any recommendation that he makes carries a lot of weight for me because he knows his stuff. And the other thing was that Aaron mentioned that they have a warranty on these, a 2-year warranty. So the way that works, and I've written down a few things here so I get it right. They call it a road hazard protection. You get a 2-year replacement or repair warranty, and that covers them on or off road. It covers tyre punctures, curb damage, staking, cuts, and tyre impact fractures. There's a heap of conditions, but I reckon I'm going to be testing this because knowing the way that I drive and my luck and all the rest of it, I inevitably will damage one of these tyres, and I will take him to Aaron because Aaron's a dealer now, and he'll go through the process and we'll see how we go getting them repaired or replaced. Basically what they say is if they are damaged when they've got more than 75% of tread on them, they'll replace it with a free one. If it's damaged with between 50% and 70% tread left, then they will try repair it. If they can't repair it, they'll replace it. If you damage it with less than 50% tread, you're on your own. I'm just working out roughly where 50% is, 30,000 Ks. I should be covered for a replacement, at least in the first year if I damage one, and I reckon in the second year, they'd be trying to repair them. Just to give you an idea of how that's actually gonna work. Obviously, it depends how many Ks you're gonna be doing a year. Anyway, if I get 60 to 80,000 Ks out of them and I have no dramas, or if they replace them with new ones along the way, then I'll be wrapped. As long as they handle nicely on the road, they keep my family safe, they pull up okay, and they perform all right off-road, I'll be a happy man. They look pretty good too. So there we go, new tyres, new rims. It's filled out the guards nicely. Obviously with the Petter's GVM upgrade, I got a fair amount of lift. There's not enough weight in the car for it to sit where I want it yet, so I probably ended up with like 3 inches of lift, and it's gonna settle in around 2 inches, which is what I really need and what I want. But yeah, it looks really tough and it looks really cool. It's totally impractical at the moment. It's a bit of a mole crawler. They see me rolling, they hate it. No bar work and no drawers or roof rack or awning or any of the things I need to actually live out of it. But we're getting there. We're only a week in. It's looking like a really cool soccer mum's car at the moment. Anyway, of course, I need a way to protect these tyres and rims. I don't have built-in tyre pressure monitoring system in this car. You might have got it in the higher models, I'm not sure, but I certainly don't have it. I'm going to be sticking with the iCHECK TPMS because that's worked really well for me. Righto, we're in the car and I've just finished installing the iCHECK TPMS system. It literally took me like 90 seconds, but I've decided I'll give it its own dedicated video. So by the time you're watching this, I've already uploaded the iCHECK TPMS install and a chat about why it's better than anything else on the market. 3 important reasons that it's a real standout, but that will be its own separate video. Go check that out if you are looking for a TPMS. Sam from iCHECK, the bloke that owns the company, is running a wicked deal for us. If you use my discount code WILD and you buy the 5 tyre, the 8 tyre or the 10 tyre, any of the iCHECK TPMS systems, he will give you 10% off with my discount code as normal. You get free shipping with a purchase that big anyway. But he's going to throw in a free set of these iCHECK deflators. It's only running for 7 days, so from today until next Saturday. And there you go. Cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one.